Previously on 5 points of articulation. Not only that, but with the average price of Marvel Legends going up to $25 moving forward, I'm gonna have to get choosy. I don't know, I might sit out the rest of this wave. And I say all of this knowing that I could change my mind tomorrow if I see something I like enough. So, welcome to 5 points of articulation, where I review action figures and then articulate 5 points to help you decide if you want to add that figure to your collection. The 5 points I discuss are packaging, presentation, poseability, playability, and price. I'm Jason, and if you enjoy my content, please like, share, subscribe, do all of the YouTube rigmarole. In this corner, Doctor Strange from the Marvel Legends Spider-Man No Way Home Armadillo Wave. And in this corner, Doctor Strange from the Multiverse of Madness Rintrah Wave. Both of them are on sale right now, but which Sorcerer is supreme? Starting off the packaging, and both of them come in the Marvel Legends window box. Of course, each one of them has different character art. The Spider-Man one looks pretty bright and optimistic. Conversely, the Multiverse of Madness one's a bit darker and more mysterious. Here's all the figures you need to build Rintrah, and here's all the figures you need for Armadillo. For those who want it, here's the UPC for No Way Home, and here's the UPC for Multiverse of Madness. One minor observation I would point out is figure placement. For No Way Home, Doctor Strange is a bit higher up the box. For Multiverse of Madness, he's a bit lower. The result is that it makes this figure look small by comparison. I honestly can't say that either one of them is better, they're just different. For packaging, this round is a draw. Moving on to presentation, and it turns out that it's not actually just the box. Multiverse of Madness is actually a touch smaller. To make life easier, I'm going to ditch the cloaks for now, but we'll talk more about them during playability. Also, since it's a loose piece, I'm going to ditch the Eye of Agamotto. First things first, it's important to note that this figure has a lot of reuse, and this one is a completely new sculpt. Starting with the heads, and the sculpts are very similar. The curl in the hair is a bit different, but the Rintrah wave is a little bit smaller, and you'll notice that the paint detailing isn't quite as dark. Honestly, I thought that Doctor Strange's hair was a bit too dark in No Way Home, so this doesn't really bother me. Moving on down, and we can see that Doctor Strange gets a new tunic for Multiverse of Madness. As we can see, it's a lot more accurate to the comic. Coming soon. The belt on the new one is a bit more streamlined and also a lot more colorful. Flipping them around, and there's not much more to see on the back except for a peg hole and a bunch of slits in the skirt. Both these things will be important later. I also really like all the red piping. It really helps it to pop. On this figure, the Eye of Agamotto is not removable. The boots have also been completely redesigned. The biggest difference between these two figures, however, is the texture. Zooming in on the No Way Home figure, and you can see a lot of fine knitted detail. Multiverse of Madness, however, has absolutely no texture whatsoever. As a result, there's nothing to break up the finish, so it makes him look a lot glossier. I really like the Multiverse of Madness costume, and I'm excited to see it in the movie, but in terms of action figure execution, the detail and texture make No Way Home a no-brainer. For presentation, this round goes to Armadillo. Moving on to poseability, and both of them have dumbbell joints in the neck. They can look up this much, Multiverse of Madness clearly a bit more, and down this much. The added range to Multiverse of Madness is thanks to an additional joint at the base of the neck. It moves forward and back and looks very natural. Just be warned, it is a bit gappy. Both figures have swivel hinge shoulders, bicep swivel, and pinless double jointed elbows. No Way Home has a bit more range. They also both have swivel hinge wrists. The nexus event between these two variants is the torso articulation. Whereas No Way Home has a dumbbell waist, Multiverse of Madness has a waist crunch and an ab swivel. Scratch that. Reverse it. Multiverse of Madness has an ab crunch and a waist swivel. Multiverse of Madness arches back a lot more, but I honestly don't see how that would ever be necessary. And based on this pose, he's clearly ready to storm Area 51. Given how different both designs are, I do recognize that both approaches work. The range is definitely better on this one. But then we get to the leg articulation. The skirt piece seriously impedes any kind of split. That said, thanks to the slit, the No Way Home figure can kick out his left leg, and the Multiverse of Madness figure can kick out his right. Bending his knee backwards, however, is a problem. Not so for the No Way Home figure, however, thanks to these slits. In addition to the double jointed knees, each figure has a thigh cut and Marvel Legends ankle articulation, but No Way Home has a boot cut. Neither one of these figures is going to win any kind of award for articulation, but with an additional neck joint and ab crunch, Multiverse of Madness has the edge. For poseability, this round goes to Rintrah. Moving on to playability, and No Way Home comes pre-packed with these spellcasting hands. He also comes with these hands perfect for playing the world's two smallest violins, and if that wasn't enough, he also comes with these energy effects. Multiverse of Madness comes with those same energy effect hands. He also comes pre-packed with a fist and a finger gun, as well as these spellcasting gestures. Mwah! The nice thing is that all all the hands can mix and match. One of the biggest differences, of course, is the Eye of Agamotto. Since the Armadillo Wave one is removable, I kind of feel like it counts as its own separate accessory. And on that subject, he also comes with the head of Armadillo. Where things really take a turn is the cloak. The Multiverse of Madness one is big and billowy, lots of great texture in the liner, and all the necessary detail in the back. The problem is that it just sits loosely on his shoulders and constantly falls off. Compare that to the Armadillo Wave, which has a peg. This cloak is nice and snug and not going anywhere. For a better cloak option, may I suggest Zombie Hunter Spidey. Admittedly, it's not as well detailed, it doesn't have a peg, and it also just sits on his shoulders, but between the two, it's a lot more snug. And on the subject of mixing and matching, playability is more than just accessories, it's also about how well your figures play with others. First up, here he is with Spider-Man from No Way Home. Here he is with Iron Man. Here he is with Zombie Hunter Spidey from What If. Here's Captain Carter from What If. She's rumored to appear in the movie. And, well, that's it for my MCU collection. Here we have the comic book style Dormammu. For a relative scale comparison, here they are with Pizza Spidey and the Spectacular Spider-Man. And of course, here they are with Stealth Iron Man. Kinda light on the comparisons this time, but hey, if you're interested, here they are with their heads swapped. Not only is the No Way Home head too big for the body, it also sits way too high. That said, the Multiverse of Madness head on the No Way Home body does look pretty good. As you can see, it sits at a pretty decent height, looks up a bit, and down a bit. While this new costume does look really cool, this look has simply been around longer, and therefore has more characters you can put him with. Additionally, while the new cloak does look pretty cool, if you can't get it to stay on him, then really, what's the point? For playability, this round goes to Armadillo. Unfortunately for Steven, the bill always comes due. This leaves us with nothing left to discuss but the price. Both figures retail for $22.99 and come with very similar accessories, so on the surface they seem comparable. But with a Build-A-Figure piece and a removable Eye of Agamotto, there can be no doubt that No Way Home is the winner. This round goes to Armadillo Wave, who wins the Wizard Duel 4-2. Agree? Disagree? Let me know in the comments below. The nice thing about a multiverse is that there's plenty of room for both. For more Versus videos, check out this battle between DC Rebirth Superman and Superman from The Dark Knight Returns, or check out this one on Batman from the Three Jokers versus Batman from DC Rebirth. Thank you so much for watching. I'll be back again real soon, but until then, play nice and have fun.